Alright, so I've had a lot of people asking me about, you know, my theory on trap accounts and how, like, what they should build, what they should keep, as far as troop counts and things of that nature. So I'm going to go over just a couple of quick things. There's two different types of trap accounts. There's solo trap, and then there's a rally trap. Now, I also feel there's kind of a third one, kind of like a hybrid, but really what this video is going to focus on is primarily solo trap with a couple of things geared towards a rally trap. And the transition between the two. Now, here's the thing. You're going to notice I have a whole lot of villas. And the reason I have all these villas is because, we just got out of a KVK, so I need to rebuild my troop counts. Now, here is the reason for this. Run a lot of villas, and most of you guys are going to know this, but villas are, each villa that I have at level 21 is going to give me 25% troop training speed. That's huge for when it comes to that. It's going to save speed ups. It's going to save a lot of things. Now, speed ups and time primarily though. All right, so once I get my troop counts where I want them, which in a solo trap account, which my power for this kingdom, my power is a little high for a solo trap account. Not many people are going to hit me solo. I'm going to get rallied more than anything. Now, what I try to focus on is I do nothing but strategic troops, and I run on a solo trap account. What you need to run is 2 million of each of the tier 1 strategic troops, and that's going to give you 6 million total. Do not go above 6 million. You'll get there's a debuff if you do, and then you're going to run 3 million of each tier 3 strategic troop. If you want to mix in some T2 in there, like 1 million of each or whatever you want, that's fine. Just understand that the more troops you have, the higher your power is going to be. The higher your power is, the less likely you're to get solo hit. People are going to rally you. Now, if you're strictly focusing on solo traps, don't make any T4 troops at all. They give you way too much power. If you're one of those that's kind of doing you're solo trap, but you're taking some rally traps, or you're taking some rally hits as well, you can build some T4 troops, especially for donating to rallies. It's really handy to have, and it helps out with your the people you're playing, your alliance, especially with rallies, because when someone starts a rally and you donate troops to it, your troop research has nothing to do with the rally. It solely bases it on, it's as if they're sending their troops. It all bases off of their um, research. Okay, so that being said, what I'm going to go into next is once I get my troop counts where I want them, which for me, I do a different type of mine's a little bit more of a um, rally type uh, trap. So I build 3 million strategic tier 2s and 3 of each one, and 3 million strategic tier 3s each one, and then I keep about 1 mil of each T4 for rallies. So um, I'm going to touch on this real quick. If someone asks you for their troop count, like, hey, how many troops do you have? Don't go in and screenshot this and then scroll down and screenshot this. Just click this more information button in your barracks, and it's going to tell you right here. Just take a screenshot exactly like that, and that's all the information whoever it is that's asking you needs. Okay. Now, real quick, I'm going to touch on research. When you're building a solo trap, your focus points on your research. Don't if you're a little bit of a spender and you have plenty of resources, don't worry about this economics. I mean, it's kind of a waste, really. I mean, you could do construction because it's going to help you build your buildings faster, but don't it's just extra power. You don't need power if you're trying to be a solo trap. Your important researches, the ones you're going to focus on, is combat, but you're going to stop at T4. You're not going to research these T4 ones at the bottom. Wall traps, same thing. Don't research T4. Uh, Hero, there's a lot of good troop boosts in there. You're focusing on defensive, health, and attack. That's your troop defense, or actually technically strategic troop defense. So strategic troop defense, strategic troop health, and strategic troop attack are your focus points. Bottom line, that's what you need. So you're basically your primary research is gonna be wall traps, hero, restorative, strategic combat, and strategic wall traps. Now, that being said, that's intro level solo trap. That's what you're gonna do. Now, I'm gonna recommend for anybody that's starting to build their sets and getting close to that, go ahead and do this crafting research tree because there's a lot of reduction, cost reduction, silver cost. It basically cuts it in half of what's gonna cost you. Um, Now, when you start, getting up into you know, getting close to 100 million power, go ahead and do some of your defensive research. Defense is good, obviously. Um, I mean, this is an example. Cavalry attack debuff. It ends up being about 35, I think, 30% or somewhere in there. Trap capacity is good. But if you're going to do defensive research, stop right here. Do not go past this row at the bottom. Because these additional ones are resistances. And defense research just gives you way too much power. And the higher power you get, nobody's going to solo hit you. Just bottom line. But to give you an example of what a solo trap can do, I saved I saved one of the attack reports from when I got hit by this guy was 14 bill power. I believe this was, or maybe this was the 5 bill. Either way, I got hit, and this is what happened. It looks like troops and trash law says 359,000. That's not actually true. If you look, troops, they wounded 358,000 of my troop, or almost 359,000 of my troops. They didn't actually kill them. They went to the hospital. I insta heal them. The guy hit me again and again and again. I think this particular guy fed me, I want to say about 800 million points in this KVK. Um, they destroyed 336 of my traps. That's it. And basically, long story short, I lost 718,000 power, and he lost 13.5 million power. If you come down here and look at the battle details, basically it tells you, all the different information. I had a mix of all troops on this one, but this is when it's still kind of learning. But if you look at, like right there, troops shows that he sent 375,000 immortals, and none of them survived, and I got his hero. And then he just kept attacking me over and over again. And I think he brought some of his buddies, and they sent, I believe, 2 rallies at me, but they didn't have a hero with it for some reason. I think I ate those rallies too. But anyway, he didn't do shit. I mean, this is how this trap works. So, that being said, the method of the trap. You go and you start picking on, you go to find a hive of enemy people, and you start picking on their low people, start taking some of the lower people's heroes. They're going to start bitching in chat, and because it's KVK, the hype's going to build up, and so some big player's going to come over, and he's going to be like, oh, hell, this guy right here's only 50 million power, or even up to 100 million power. I'm just going to solo his ass, and you pretty much are about to get a hero. So what you do is, once you've captured their heroes, port to the middle of their hive if you can. Try to create as much space between you and someone that's attacking you. And the reason for that is you get more reaction time from when they send those attacks at you. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean send out encampments, because that's going to screw you over, because you can't shield if you got encampments out, and if they come in to start, they do happen to get your hero, they'll blast you down and zero you in no time. So, the method, you see someone's going to hit you, they're going to hit you, you're going to pop in here to your boost, you're going to pop attack debuff, 75%, you're going to pop attack, 75%, which is down here, and let them come on and hit you. And when they hit you, if they just keep hitting you, whatever. But just when they hit you, you're going to go heal all of your troops. You're going to go to your hospital, heal. Go to your hospital, heal. If you have T1 troops, you're going to insta-heal those troops. There's no queue time. If you do have a queue time, let's say it's 8 hours or something like that, pop a speed up. Get your troops back out there. Now, a part I missed is this anti-scout. You want this anti-scout up all the time. Now, the problem is when you pop this attack debuff in the other one, the attack debuff and the attack buff, it's going to remove the anti-scout. So what you got to do is go put the anti-scout back on and see what happens. Now, if you get hit hard and it hurts you, just shield up, restore, get healed back up, take some time, you know. Now, if you've been doing kick-ass, though, you've been just destroying people left and right, and you notice your attacks, you're not getting any hits anymore. It's kind of like fishing. You're not getting any more bites. Go out there, go take a break for a little bit, go get some lunch, whatever. Change your name, like change your city name, and then go back. You know, go back over and just start harassing them again. You know, there's nothing wrong with shielding up and going back over there. KVK, you gotta understand, if you're playing a solo trap account in a Kingdom versus Kingdom kill event, you know, holding heroes and sacrifice, or, you know, to execute the heroes and shit, yeah, it's fun. And rallying people's fun. Just don't, it's not your cup of tea right now. It's not where you're at. Basically what it means is when you there's nothing wrong with shielding up and releasing heroes and going back and taking them again. Just kind of try to bookmark different hives when you do that, so you know where those heroes are. Go back and get those heroes. See if people start attacking you again. And, you know, that's pretty much how it works. And every time you get hit, you heal. The last thing I'm going to cover is all these villas. I have these just because I'm building my troops. Once my troops are done, I'm going to switch to all hospitals. I'll leave only one villa and one barracks. And basically what that's going to do, when a hospital is level 21, it gives you 5% health bonus per hospital. So that is pretty huge. And not to mention, gives you more beds. With decent research, your hospital capacity should be roughly, with 14 hospitals, should be sitting around 700,000. Well, I'm gonna say 500,000 to 1,000,000, depending upon your research. So, I mean, have fun with it. That's what it's about. And make another video a little later about going further into rally traps.